My name is Paul Kincaid. I'm going to teach you how to make up to $10,000 a month trading stocks. And you need to follow everything exactly as I explain it. I was born in Rochester, New York on September 23, 1978. I grew up with a poor but comfortable upbringing. I was born with a mild form of Asperger's syndrome, and this gave me an intense passion for numbers and patterns. At about age 15, this passion evolved into a fascination with the stock market. It was never about the money for me. My intense interest in the stock market was just a manifestation of my Asperger's syndrome. I spent years of my life reading copious stacks of library books, all about inner workings of the stock market. It probably sounds boring to you, but these dusty old library books literally kept me awake at night. But despite my intense passion for the stock market, it wasn't until the age of 28 I stumbled on this stock market technique. I went from being a stock market loser, gambling away my money, to being a consistent winner almost overnight. How? Well, one day I stood back and took a good hard look at my investing strategy. I calculated my net gains, and to my horror, I realized I was down almost $30,000 a year. I admitted to myself it wasn't working. I came to realize my investing could barely be called a strategy. I'd invest in anything that piqued my interest. Maybe a small biotech company was claiming they were about to cure cancer. Well, I was there. Maybe an internet company was about to start generating revenues. Why the heck not, I thought. I realized I wasn't investing. I was gambling. I was aiming to hit the ball out of the park in every investment, and I was failing miserably. I set out to create a new investing strategy. My new strategy was to be the fundamental difference to my old one. Instead of searching for jackpot stocks that would make me rich, I'd instead focus on making small and consistent gains. I'd washed my mind of all the emotion. When I looked at a speculative biotech company, I no longer saw the exciting gamble I used to. Instead, all I saw was an investment plagued with risk. Importantly, my search was now not for stocks about to shoot up in price. My search was for a successful strategy, which I could use like an ATM. Consistent, small withdrawals. I didn't want my investing success to be because of dumb luck. Do I want to make $200,000 lucking out on the next big thing? Or do I want to make $120,000 a year using a consistent, renewable investing strategy? Every 3 to 4 weeks, there is a certain pattern that happens in the U.S. stock market. This pattern occurs every 3 weeks at most. But when you understand this pattern, you can buy shares in little-known companies at up to 80% off their true value. Almost religiously after you've bought your shares, the pattern will reverse. The stock will climb higher and higher, allowing you to leisurely watch as your money doubles and triples in a matter of weeks. After that, the hardest decision you'll need to make is when to sell and collect your handsome profit. Just 4 weeks ago, I used this strategy to make $23,350 in a single trade. This pattern doesn't happen every day. If it did, I wouldn't have written this report. It happens only once a month or thereabout. And you need to spend at least an hour a week searching for these opportunities. Don't worry, the searching isn't hard, and I'll teach you the entire process in Chapter 8 of the report. It's something you can leisurely do on your laptop whilst watching television. I'm not just here to brag about how much money this stock market technique makes me. In fact, it sounds stupid, but I actually became kind of bored with how easy it is. I didn't feel the adrenaline rush anymore. That was when I decided to teach my strategy. I wrote down everything someone would need to know in order to replicate my success. And I wrote it in such simple terms. I believe a 12-year-old child could follow along. Chapter 3 of my report goes into explicit detail about how to find these technique stocks. Chapter 5 will teach you how to sort the good bets from the rotten apples. Chapter 7 includes real examples of technique profits, where I made thousands of dollars and explain my thinking. This chapter even includes screenshots of me on my laptop using the technique to make thousands of dollars. My report is a no fluff, no filler guide to making money.